Yours, if you could kindly share these with us. These are just reflections of different people around the world about the passing of Muhammad Ali.
So I will start off by quoting Jordan King Abdullah II. He called Muhammad Ali a hero of a generation and a legend of our time. Bangladesh's President Abdul Hamid described him as the greatest boxer of all time. And the Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif said in Twitter, he posted this yesterday, he is hashtag the greatest in the ring and in the fight for justice, dignity, and peace. And last but not least, Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif quoted, a shining example of defying the odds with perseverance and a positive attitude.
Hi, thank you very much. Was there?
The Turkish president quoted Muhammad Ali, who passed away yesterday, was an extraordinary athlete and a remarkable man of good deeds who conquered the hearts of millions. He also quoted, boxing legend Muhammad Ali's lifelong struggle against racism and discrimination will never be forgotten. Now this is from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Today we bow our heads at the loss of a man who did so much for America. Tomorrow we will raise our heads again, remembering that his bravery, his outspokenness, and his sacrifice for the sake of his community and country lives on in the best part of each of us.
Thank you very much, Jose. Where's my next volunteer, Usman?
Hey, Janine.
This goes kids that says, our hearts literally burning. But we're happy Daddy's free now. We're all tired to stay strong and whispered in his ears. You can go now. It will be okay. We love you. Thank you. You can go back to God now. All of us were around him, hugging and kissing him, and holding his hands, chanting the Islamic prayer. All of his organs failed, but his heart wouldn't stop beating. For 30 minutes, his heart just kept on beating. No one had ever seen anything like it. A true testament to our strength of his spirit and will. Thank you all for your love and support.
All right. We have another community friend wanted to say something about Muhammad Ali.
Around the world, he was known as the greatest, and I believe everybody's in grief right now, but his memory will always live on. His personality, I'm speechless. Anyway, God bless Muhammad Ali.
Thank you so much. I think we all share the same feeling, and the feelings sometimes overcome us, so the words escape us as we show our love and respect to Muhammad Ali. There was I'll briefly read statements from President Obama and his wife. This is in regards to passing away of Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was the greatest, period. If you just ask them, he'd tell you. He'd tell you he was the double greatest, that he handcuffed lightning, thrown thunder into jail. But what made the champ the greatest, what truly separated him from everyone else, is that everyone else would tell him pretty much the same thing. Like everyone else on the planet, Michelle and I mourn his passing, but we're also grateful to God for how fortunate we are to have known him, if just for a while. For how fortunate we are that the greatest chose to grace our time. In my private study just off the Oval Office, I keep a pair of gloves on display, just under that iconic photograph of him, the young champ, just 22 years old, roaring like a lion over a fallen Sonny Liston. I was too young when it was taken to understand who he was. Still Cassius Clay, already an Olympic gold medal winner, yet set out on a spiritual journey that would lead him into his Muslim faith. exile him at the peak of his power, and set the stage for his return to greatness with a name as familiar as the downtrodden in the slums of Southeast Asia and the villages of Africa as it was to the cheering crowds in Madison Square Garden. I'm America, he declared. I'm the part you won't recognize, but get used to me. Black, confident, cocky, my name, not yours. My religion, not yours. My goals, my own. Get used to me. That's the Ali I came to know as I came of age. Not just as skilled as a poet on the mic as he was a fighter in the ring, but a man who fought for what was right. A man who fought for us. He stood with King and Mandela, stood up when it was hard, spoke out when others wouldn't. His fight outside the ring would cost him his title and his public standing. It would earn him enemies on the left and the right. Make him nearly sent him to jail. But Ali, of course, this is reference to when he avoided to go to war. But Ali stood his ground, and his victory helped us get used to the America we recognize today. He was imperfect, of course. For all his magic in the ring, he would be careless with his words and full of contradictions. But his wonderful, infection, even innocent spirit ultimately won him more fans than foes. Maybe because him, we hope to see something of ourselves. Later, as his physical powers ebbed, he became an even more powerful force for peace and reconciliation around the world. We saw a man who said he was so mean, he'd make medicine sick, reveal a soft spot, visiting children with illness and disability around the world, telling them they too could become the greatest. We watched a hero light a torch and fight his greatest fight of all on the world stage once again, a battle against the disease that ravaged his body but couldn't take the spark away from his eyes. Muhammad Ali shook up the world, and the world is better for it. We're all better for it. Michelle and I send our deepest condolences to his family, and we pray that the greatest fighter of them finally rest in peace. President Obama.